Hey, 4th and 5th graders. So we're starting a new year, 2022, and I want to take this time to go over some routines that we have here in the building just to make sure that we're all on the same page. We've said these before, but as you know, things can slip a little bit if we don't talk about them enough. When we're done with this, I'd like you to talk about these routines and summarize them. Go ahead and tell them to each other again just to make sure we're all on the same page. So the first thing we're going to talk about is our cell phone policy for grades 4 and 5. It's pretty simple. You're not allowed to have them out during the day. When you arrive, take your cell phone, stick it in your locker. Right before you go home, you can take it out of your locker. At no other time should you have a cell phone. Some people have been coming up in cafeteria or recess and saying, hey, we're allowed to have a cell phone. If you're in grades 6 through 8, that would be true. You're not quite there yet. So just remember, if you have a cell phone, it's in your locker all day long. You put it in the beginning, you take it out at the end. Now, if somebody does have a cell phone in grades 4 and 5 and they have it out during recess or during cafeteria, I'm instructing the supervisors and teachers right now to please make sure that that cell phone finds its way to Mr. Thomas or I. And we will talk directly with the 4th or 5th grader to remind them what our policy is and make sure they don't misunderstand. All right, that's our cell phone policy for grades 4 and 5. All right, next up, let's talk about outdoor recess. I know it's been a little while since we've had an outdoor recess, but all the more reason to go ahead and go over those rules. So let's start out with where the boundaries are of where you're supposed to be. So here's an aerial view of Alexander Middle School. Let's zoom in on the back playground. Between the playground and the kickball field, there is a hill that goes down and back up again. That tree you see right to the right of the red line is the barrier. Don't cross that tree to go farther back. Now the border line continues on south along the top of this hill. You do not have permission to go down the hill to get a ball or anything else unless you get permission from a playground supervisor first. Now right about here on the field, there are some soccer goalposts. Now that's important because the bottom border of where you're allowed to go is at the bottom edge of those soccer goalposts. Now right here is the third basketball hoop on the blacktop. That third hoop marks the right edge barrier of where you're allowed to go, both on the field and on the blacktop. While you're out on the playground, stay away from windows and doors that are on the building because other classes are going on inside. It is important for you to stay within these boundaries on the playground so that we can keep you safe and know where you're at. All right. The next outdoor recess topic is Gaga ball pits. If there's ever a time that 4th and 5th are out at the same time on the playground, one of the Gaga ball pits is for grade 4, the other one is for grade 5. Which will be up to the outdoor recess supervisors, and they'll let you know if you have any questions. So the last thing I want to talk about are these, our rules for being out on the playground. Rule number 1, you see, is that you have to be responsible. That means respond immediately to when supervisors give you direction. There's also no food, beverage, or gum that are out there. That's part of being responsible. Number 2, be respectful. You have to return equipment. If you take something out, hula hoops, balls, make sure you're returning them to the rack. You don't just throw them over that direction and call it good. If you use the time to have it, take the time to go ahead and put it back. And this other one, really, really, really important. Everybody is welcome to play. If you're here at school, at AMS, the rule is that anyone gets to join your game. You don't say you don't get to. Being respectful means that we show each other respect and learn to get along right here. Be respectful, everyone gets to play. Last thing, be safe. Stay in the boundaries. I just showed you what those are. Use equipment appropriately. Go ahead and do them in safe ways. And then this last one, resolve conflicts peacefully. You want to be, if there's a problem that you're worried about, go to the recess supervisors. We've got some routines that come up with that one. But simply put, you can't, if you're bothered by something, if you've got a conflict, Sort it out on the playground. Don't take it into class where it can still be rolling on. If you have any questions on any of those, please come talk to me, and I will go ahead and answer that the best I can. All right, 4th and 5th graders, those are our routines for cell phone policy and outdoor recess. Please go ahead and talk about these in class and summarize them to each other just so we know we're all on the same page. All right, you have a great day.